Lord. Blow my nose here. Oh, that's a great start. Oh, forgive me, everybody. Forgive me. Forgive me. Oh, my God. First time doing this. I never knew this would be this much difficult. This is the first time I've ever put this together. And I'm like, whoa, what the heck has happened? And now I'm trying to figure out, okay, how did I just turn on do you really want to stop streaming? No. And so now I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Because I'm one of those people, I just put it together, make it happen, and somehow it'll come together. And here we go. We'll take this off. I am here. I am here. I am here. Thank you so much for waiting. Oh, my God. This was crazy. I'm sitting here trying to make everything work. And I'm like, well, man, it can't be that hard. I've streamed on almost everything except for what do we got? Let's see. I haven't streamed on, pulling out the blinds here. I haven't streamed on Instagram or YouTube, but I have on TikTok, and I have on a bunch of platforms. I've been doing this for 20 years, y'all. And I'm amazed this is happening. Everybody, this is Darren Monroe, downtown Chicago. 20-something flights up. Give me a moment here. I'm having sinus attacks. So you got me blowing noses and talking. And here's what I want all of you to do. Great timing. So if you've ever been nervous about trying to go live and worried if it would go wrong, well, I'm proof that's no worry. Ha 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 ha. No worry at all. That'll never be a problem. Well, here's the thing. Forgive me, everybody. Let me know, first of all, where you're from. I'm going to start off all the questions answered. I'm going through everything. I want to thank everybody for being so patient with me because it's been crazy. I'm going to say hello. Hello, Cece, Belinda, Honda. Hello, Lisa, Laundry. Hello, Honda from Georgia. Hello, Lisa, Laundry. Hello, Lisa. Thank you for being in my live on TikTok. Brenda, hi. Jennifer, hey, thank you. Carlene, Washington. Hello, over there in H-Town. Susan Montello, hey, thank you. Belinda again, big hello. Alma, I'm waving back to you. Tracy Dixon Allen, hello from Florida. Jacqueline, hello, thank you so much. Miss Megan 91, hey. Mary Perez, hi. Hi from the neighbor, Mary Perez. I don't know where you at, but I'm over in Streeterville, baby, out in Streeterville. Laura, Angela, I'm going to answer some great questions. So start hitting me with questions. Rental Hill, excuse me, I'm dealing with sinuses. And I hope everybody who's in here, I got some clients in here too, realize I can mess up too. Hello from Beaufort, Georgia. What's up, LaJean? What's going on? Deborah, hi, Deborah. Hello from North Carolina, Wanda. Hello. Shalon Smith, hi. Hello, Cynthia. Renee, what's going on? Love from Georgia. I feel it. Thank you, Renee. Old School Evelyn, good evening. Just Stone, hello. Hello, Ellen. Hey, Sandra, Priscilla, hello. Gwen, you're here? Thank you for being here. Hi from Arizona, Wendy. Janie, Joseph, good evening. Louis Lugo, hey. Jenna, Todd, what's going on? When will the impeachment start? Impeachment don't matter, Juanita, baby. It ain't gonna happen. Juanita, it ain't gonna happen. Here's the thing. We gotta take his people down to scare the hell out of him. He can come close, but his people gotta go down first. Denise, what's going on? Iowa. Did you see, Denise, that video of your senator catching all sorts of hell from those elderly people yesterday. Oh, that was brilliant. Judy, thank you so much. Hello, hello. Nathan, Massachusetts. All right. Sharon, hello. Juanita, what's going on? By the way, loving your governor in Massachusetts. You hold it down. Juanita from D.C., Chocolate City. Got mad sinus problems too, man. Here in Chicago, it has been rough, rough, rough. Hello from New York. Hey, that's where I was born. I was raised here in Chicago, but I was born in New York. New York. Um, let's see. Is he going to lose in 2028? He won't even be able to run, y'all. Vinella, he ain't even gonna be able to run. What's going on, Sandra? I think I said hello to Susan. Jacqueline, I'm saying hello again. What's good, family? What's going on, West Virginia? Houston Lee Jr. Lisa Laundries, what's going on? Allergies are definitely here. Woo, allergies are definitely here. Let's see, who else we got? Chicago looks beauty, it does. Charlene, what's going on? I'm trying to say hello to everybody. And I'm trying to answer questions too. I'm going down the line, y'all. So if you got questions, I'm breaking it down to you. Let's go. Yeah, you guys got questions. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. Um, I hated a question about the whole autism thing that Kennedy said. Kennedy, just autism and Kennedy, that's a match right there. That's a match right there. Logan, go look at a lady named God, what is her name? Booker Squared? Booker. She's an attorney, black woman, originally from Tennessee. Her kid's autistic, and she completely lit up RFK amazingly. Amazingly. Hello, hello. You heard the news, Evo? Great. Judge, mad as F. Yeah, man. Bozeman. But that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about those two. There's been two contempt of courts that have a damn good chance of beating him up. All right? I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Hello, C.A. Namos from Palm Springs. Hey there, Charlene. What's going on from Georgia? Let's see. Truth Headhunters. What do we got? I love watching your videos. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Little Rock, Arkansas, Tracy. Ain't none of us perfect. Ohio, Tam Tam. I know that right. Hello, Darren. From Matson, Illinois. Oh, man. I haven't been in Matson in forever. Cracking in Kansas. What's going on, Cracking in Kansas? What's going on, Mary Perez, over in Wisconsin? All right. Go Bears. Go Bears. Oh, man. Go Bears. I'm going to talk some stuff now on sports. So, everybody, I'm sure you've heard the news. I'm going to answer a few more questions and I'm going to go into the news. All right. What's going on in Alabama? What's going on, Life with Samari? Dorothea from Ohio. We got a full crowd up in here. Let's see what we got. Hello from Myrtle Beach. Uh-oh. Today got money. I'm just teasing. Logan, what's up? I hate the question about right, got that. Hello, everybody. Please hit the like button and share. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. Hey, from Minnesota. What's going on, Minnesota, Robin? What's going on, Vikings fan? Judge gonna whip that ass. Yes, he is, Tam Tam. He gonna whip that ass. What's going on, Minnie? What's going on, Clyde? What's going on, everybody? I'm gonna get into the questions in a minute. We can't impeach him. I would love it if we could, but that wouldn't even matter. That wouldn't even matter, y'all. So I'm gonna go start off in the question. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to just answer the questions first, and I'm gonna answer a few things. Forgive me as I'm blowing my nose here. Weather keeps changing in Chicago, but it's a beautiful day. And it's been a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in my neighbor. Would you be mine? U.S. Marshals are coming for bonding. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Hey, Minnesota, what's going on? I believe I caught your first live on YouTube. Hey, Maryland, what's going on, John? Yeah, you sure did. All y'all that caught it, dang, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It's going fast. Now, those who asked questions that didn't get answered, I ask that you post them right now because I'm going through everything. I'm going to explain what just happened, the good news, all right? So I'm going to break it down like this, all right? Our buildings are wonderful. The architecture is wonderful in Chicago. If I didn't have so much trouble, I would have probably next live I'll do one out on the atrium balcony. That's really a good one. Do you think Bernie will try again to run for president? I don't think so. I think his energy is not there. And quite frankly, as speaking as somebody who worked on Kamala Harris's campaign, if she don't run, I will kill her. She need to run. Fuck being governor. Fuck being governor. Fuck being governor. No offense to Cali, y'all, but fuck being governor. I don't care if she was trying to run for governor in Illinois. Fuck being governor. Don't the courts become useless if he declares martial law? No, it doesn't, Lincoln. It doesn't. The courts will always be powerful. 3 branches of government. Remember that. Always. 3 branches. Chicago, too expensive. Ah, well, your call, Tam Tam. For those of us who can't, maybe you can get Tam Tam, get ready to get into my liberal money maker program. Make you some money. You can come out here and live like you want. Pull 20, 30 grand a month. How about that? That sound good? Those of us who can't protest, what can we do to fight back other than calling or emailing? Well, that's the front line right there. You definitely want to find a way to reach out via email and follow up. You want to share clear information. That's why I ask people, make sure you're sharing what I'm doing, because unfortunately, a lot of people on the left, not all of them, keep fighting back and forth and saying the craziest stuff, knowing damn well, I mean, they keep reporting the news instead of reporting the context. I hope MTG is going to on the jail. Impeach Trump. No, it's not going to happen, but his people going to get in trouble. We're done with old folks in office. I don't know about that. Vindictive. Check this out. Remember Al Green, Representative Al Green, who got kicked out? That's what I bring up when I say old folks. I'm like, oh, he seemed to have it. And then think about it. Bernie, I love Bernie, but it's still all about Kamala for me. We need young blood. Yeah, we need young blood leadership. That's what we need. Hakeem Jeffries got to go as the minority leader, and Chuck Schumer definitely got to go. Okay, he definitely got to go. I'm amazed all the heavy hitters in Senate didn't take him on. New Orleans in the spot. Salute to you, brother. Hey, thank you, New Orleans, Mr. Michael. Michael, check this out, man. I used to work in New Orleans. I came from over here in Chicago over to New Orleans to work at Q93, FM 98, and AMAN 940. Worked with Wayne and Angela and all of them. And then that hurricane 20 years ago, Hurricane Katrina, I ended up starting my own business from a FEMA paid-for hotel. What's the latest? Abrego Garcia. The latest slick is this. They in trouble. They in contempt of court, and she's going to do a discovery. One of the judges, they're going to try to file stuff and fight back, but it's going to be a weak fight back. They're going to have to go discovery and tell people what's going on. If they don't, arrest warrants are going to go out. What happens if he defies the court? Arrest warrants going to go out for the members of the court to go after him, Isabel. Hey, Isabel, thank you for being here. Are you the same Isabel from TikTok? Thank you for being here. Bernie has a good heart. Yeah, we definitely need him. We need him as Bernie as senator. We don't need him as president right now. What about the 245% tariff? It's horrible. What do you want? What are you asking specifically? I agree. I wanted to run again, too. I think Cory Booker for president. No, all respects, Lloyd. It's all about Kamala for me. I can't do Cory Booker right now. We need to bring that beat back. It was all bad enough the you know what was already stolen. It's so stolen that they won't even let us say it on social media all the time. Kamala for president, that's right. Is Social Security still in trouble? Yes, Mary. Unfortunately, Mary Maldonado, it is. It is very in trouble. They are cutting it to the bone. But the good news is that we do have people fighting and suing to bring it back. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, if Trump is ignoring the Supreme Court, will that be the case? Well, here's the good news. If he gets checked on contempt of court twice, like there's a good chance to, he ain't gonna be pulling that ignore the courts as much anymore. At least his people ain't pulling it out with him. NAACP is suing the education department. Oh, I'm reading the questions, everybody, over DEI school funding cuts. Yep, they are, and there's a good chance to win. Who do you I want to run? I want, again, Kamala to run. Kamala's gonna be president. I want grab little Mike Waltz again, and let's do it again. What does martial law actually means for all of us? You see out here, martial law means that the military would show up and be the police and shut things down. Now, keep in mind, we the same country that wouldn't let people into our area. We wouldn't let anybody near us as far as running us. And you mean tell me that we're going to let them in? No, not a good chance that that's happening. What I'm trying to tell you, oh, there's 300 people in here. 300 people? All right. I didn't even know. Y'all, thank you, thank you. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm answering everybody's question. So martial law is pretty rough, but we didn't even listen to martial law, y'all, when we had the pandemic and you could die. If he does this, he's going to create more chaos, more stupidity, and it's just going to be just that much more reason to pull him out of office inside of 365 days. Not only do I love Kamala being president, we need her to be, and I hope she does, I hope she does too, ready to make some noise. Wrong, oldest Leo, truth and facts. I know that's right. I need a job from I'm disabled, Renee. I would say, first of all, if you want to work remote, now is the time to just start searching for remote jobs. But I'm also teaching people how do you make videos here on YouTube and on Instagram and on TikTok, as long as TikTok's around, and turn that into money. Because there are several ways to honestly and ethically turn that into money without being a weirdo guru and using your knowledge, skills, and talents. So if you like to know about that, ask whatever questions you need to ask. I'm going to go into that. I'm creating something called Liberal Moneymakers that I'll have available soon. But I'm praying for you. Maryland Senator is now in El Salvador. Yeah, but prayers won't release him. No, he wasn't going to release him. We knew that wasn't going to happen, but at least he went there. When are you starting the Liberal Money Making Program? ASAP, Key. Anybody interested in that? If you are, including Key, I'm answering a whole line of emails as we speak that are coming in. What's my email? I can't put it out here, but I think it's in my About Me. My About Me, I need to update big time. If you go to DarrenMonroe.com and click contact, just email me. Say, I was in your live. I want to know about your liberal money making program. I'm going to have details in a matter of days. I agree. She better run again. Facts, truth, we all want. It's time for a woman, I think. It's been time. What about Doge? It leaks. Yeah, I heard about that. Doge leaking information to Russia, according to a whistleblower on CNN. Here's the thing. Elon Musk is going to take years, but he's going to jail, 100% guaranteed. Seriously. As sure as we know that light is in the day and dark is at the night. How is he going to jail? Doge is who they're going to use to turn against Elon. They're going to turn state's evidence. Now, you might say, well, the DOJ is paying bounty. She's not going to do that. Yeah. But you know what federal judges can do? They can come in and subpoena everybody at Doge and say, if you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison, motherfucker, you better open your mouth. And they're going to trick on them so they don't get the rest of their life in prison. You know who else can get them? The 23 Democratic states. He can't even get pardoned if he get hit. Seriously. Rapid response, I do memes, sticking to the truth. That's how I fight back. There you go. There you go, Vindictive. Good name to have. Haha. Let me hook up my charger on my phone. What happened to my charger? Oh, crap. Oh, all my shit just fucked up right now. Oh, my goodness. Hold on, y'all, because it's not charging. I'm going through all the questions as you ask them, rapid fire. But again, as I'm hooking up my charger, I want you to know the celebration here is that we have two judges that are holding Trump in contempt, and they two judges that ain't playing. That, let me tell y'all something. There's 700 federal judges. They ain't playing. They're coming after that ass. They are not playing around. And people keep thinking, oh, he's going to do what he wants to do. Yeah, no. That ain't happening, y'all. Are you an attorney? You're very knowledgeable. No, but I'm brother of one, that's for sure. I'm a 45-year attorney. I talk to attorneys, and I tell people quickly, I'm not an attorney. I'm just very well versed in this. Did anyone hear the whistleblower? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. He went on NBC too. He was on CNN as well, talking about what just happened. We'll see how that plays out. I don't react and report it because I want to see how it plays out first, because I don't want it to look like conspiracy. When will the money program be ready? In a matter of start. It'll be in a matter of days, I promise you. Let's see. Did you hear about the Department of Labor? Doge be going to jail for that. Yeah. Again, yeah. Donald Trump does need to be removed. I'm gonna tell you like this. Doge was in trouble anyway, so they were in trouble big time. Now they're in megaton trouble because they walked into it, y'all. They walked into it so badly. It's gonna be crazy. They're in trouble. They're gonna turn state's evidence against Elon. Elon's the bigger fish. Who's going to jail first? Oh, let me see who said that. Finally, thank you, Nardo Obman. Who's going to jail first? Here's my list. I think the first person going to jail is going to be people we don't even know. It's going to be attorneys under the DOJ who were involved in the Alien Enemies Act, as well as the law enforcement. I think it's going to be attorneys and law enforcement under Garcia, just because of the attention. I think Hegseth's going to jail. As far as big names, Hegseth and Toby Gabbard are going to jail. I'm going to tell you who should go to jail, but it's unlikely. Tom Homan should go to jail. Bondi should go to jail, but that'd be a high profile, high up there. They'll throw a few people under the bus before he let go of Bondi. Bondi's a major asset to him. I think at the bottom of that is going to be Elon. He can fight it off for years, like Steve, Steve did. So I wouldn't see he's going to jail right away. There's a whole list of people I think who could be going to jail, and I think those are the first. Kamala Crockett, 2028. Hey, I hear that, but I want little Tim Walz to come back. I want him back. I want him back. I want him back. It looks good for 2028 and 2026. Let me see, I'm saying your name right. Selagar, and I was just answering Renee Frisson. I bet Darren knows Big Boy from Power. I don't, Yibo, but if I was in my apartment, see, right now I'm in a model. In a model apartment because I had a pipe break in the building. and like 40 units got flooded out, and so we're waiting to get our places fixed. But you would see the plaques on the wall. If you look at some of my videos, you see them. I knew a lot of people, not really personally. Stevie Wonder's the only one I've known personally for a long time, but not that. I started from let me tell you this. I got 30 years marketing branding. I used to work for Universal, DreamWorks, MCA, every big label you can talk about. Either I worked for, and later on they became my clients when I opened my own business in 2005. From there on, I started helping regular people make money online for 20 years across 100 plus countries, 100,000 plus people. All right. Some of the people are up in here because I invited some. But I mean, that's what it comes down to. Jasmine run the house when Kamala win. I want Jasmine Crockett to be the minority leader, either her or AOC. And AOC's in prime position. She's prime position. She raised almost $10 million. You love Hakeem Ultra? I don't. I don't. I think he's a nice guy. He's not a traitor like Chuck Schumer, but he's got to go. He's got to go. The man trying to do some handmade tales. I don't know what that means. Yes, the rest, we need them. I'm getting through this pretty good. AOC, Bernie, we love. I love them too. Senator was there, but they didn't allow him to see him correct. Rest. Let's see. Who's for House Speaker? House Speaker, I would like to see AOC. I would like to see Crockett. I would like to see Ayanna Pressley. I think those three sisters would be great. He's not going to pardon them. He won't spend time. They won't spend time in jail. Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the thing, Angel. Let me tell you something, Angel Buttercup 85. Do you realize that's such a cute name too? Angel Buttercup. Here's the thing. Yeah, they'll get pardoned. Anybody going to jail get pardoned, but their career is over. They have no more law degree. They have no more law enforcement degree. That's the thing. What happens if Abrego Garcia is not alive? Who all hell is going to play is actually going to play into our advantage. Though I certainly hope it doesn't. I hope he's alive. We need them in house. Love your content. Oh, thank you so much, Cheryl. No to Corey. Yeah, I'm not hating on Corey. It's just this time, bring that beat back. We got to bring Kamala back. That's why we can't bring him back. Thank God Social Security is written in code. Thank God. I hear that. That's a good one. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, they can't even, they can't. the so-called coders can't even deal with COBOL. That's a computer language for those who don't know. Very old. Need a strong willing to bring the smoke. Yes. Who's going to jail first? I think the first are the people we don't know. I think it's going to be attorneys under the DOJ and enforcers who got Garcia out the country, despite what Boasberg said. And I think the attorneys and law enforcement tied in to both the Alien Enemies Act and Garcia. They're in trouble. So we're going to find out names, but they're going to throw some people under the bus. Hey, need to get Elon the fuck, yeah. Elon's out. We got 14 states suing him. Did you know that? 14 states are suing right now. They've been suing for months. And despite them saying Elon's going to leave, Elon and the press ain't friends as close as they were. You know, basically Elon's mad at Trump over the tariffs because he's losing billions of dollars. So he's not happy. Good. I'm glad. But it's not the same relationship. Plus, New York Times just broke that Trump was very upset at the idea that he was going to a meeting to learn about dealing with Chinese issues, and war plans, top secret plans with the Pentagon. And Trump was like, seriously? Fuck no, don't do that. That's what he said. And that's when they fell out, because he ended that meeting. I predicted 2024 Democrats would take back the House in 2026. Yeah, they will. Do I think Abrego is still alive? I don't know. And is he safe? I don't know. It might be there's a weird thing going on. If they're in jail, there's a good chance They know what happened to Abrego. They know he ain't no gangster. So ironically, it might be the gangs actually protecting him, knowing that he got screwed over and he's a fellow El Salvadorian. No, seriously. Thank all lawyers and groups suing on our behalf, indeed. Especially the ACLU, they are rocking. He's talking about shipping Americans. Yes, he is. And he said, we're going to make homegrown prisons in El Salvador, which is illegal. That's why this contempt on these two contempts are so important. They're both related to that. They're gonna shut him down. Bizarre, listen, it ain't about impeaching Trump. You don't have the votes. They don't have the votes, and it ain't gonna work. What's gonna work is shutting his people down. Elon singing, "Oh, Mama told me one day I was gonna happen." Harris Walls, that's right, 2028. What else we got? But she lost. No, she didn't lost. They stole the election, Diego. Um, Kamala Harris, 2028. Be a president. He's not even qualified to be a president, much less the title she had before that. Okay. Oh, you mean Kamala Harris, Ray? He said he's not even qualified to be a president, much less than the title she had before that. So I don't know what you mean. What's going to happen to all those people who lost their jobs? Well, a lot of them got them back, but there's still court stuff happening right now. So we would see it. We would see what happens. But a lot of them got their jobs back from the CIA, FBI, Inspector General's office. What's your thoughts on him trying to limit the court's power, though? Oh, it's bullshit. That's total bullshit, T. Here's what happened. The House of Representatives tried to say, oh, we think that you shouldn't have this power. You can't have injunctions nationally. Here's the problem. One, in order to be a law, it's not a law, it's a bill. And it only went through the House. It's not going to make it through Senate by all accounts. They don't have the votes. So it was a waste of time. Just like trying to impeach a governor, excuse me, a federal judge. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. What else? And they messed up. They just pissed off the courts doing that. Want to see the popos handcuff Trump? Yeah, that ain't gonna happen for a while. Taking arms. I hope it doesn't get there. I really don't. Thank you for the hearts. Hit the like before button, y'all. This is my first live, so I don't know the answers to some of these technical things for the live here in YouTube, but I will. Despicable. I thought this was USA, not Germany. I know, right? Want to see blood, not going to lie. Yeah, blood ain't what you expect. I don't want to see nobody bleed over this, but honestly, there's already been deaths associated with this. Kamala the GOAT, yeah, let's get the GOAT elected. Mine needs to go back to writing her books. Who does, Ray-Ban? Who needs to go back to writing the books? Are you talking about Kamala? Someone's going to get hurt. Darren, what about him wanting to limit the court's power? I just answered that one. Not mine. There's less than military. You go, boy. Thank you. I want Alba sure say hi. Hello. Hi, Cheryl. Said hi. Hello. Let me see. Free your mind and the rest will follow. I know that's right. Funkadelic. It's too soon for Kamala to start saying she'll make changes once she's elected. I don't know. I think she's right on top. I think if you really looked at her platform, you understood what she was about, y'all. Here, let me grab something to drink for a minute. Oh. I think you understood what she was about. Honestly. I really do. I think you understood her platform, so it's not so much she need to change her platform, because everything she said was what she did. Basically, all she got to do now is say, I told y'all so. I'm the opposite of him. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Z Johnson. Zakia, thank you. Let's see. I have a small circle of humans. Cool. Let's see, Tam Tam. I'm getting ready to create a small circle too, everybody. We're going to do lives like this, but we're going to go really deep into stuff. And I'm going to give you some examples here, some of the stuff we're going to talk about in a minute. I want to try to go through these questions and address all of you, because I'm very happy that you're here and that you've taken a moment out your time. We got 300 plus people who flip in and out. It might be 1,000 now when you look at the whole story. But here's the thing. I'm going to break down. I'm going to go through as many questions. I'm going to go through speed questions. And then I'm going to start breaking down what in this small group. I'm going to have a small group of 300 people that can come in privately, a private community. And in that private community, here's who should be in that private community. One, you got to be optimistic, hopeful. You can't be negative people. This is for liberal Kamala Harris voting people, Democrat voting people. If you feel like your benefits are in danger, you should reach out. You should absolutely want to be part of this 300 group, because the purpose of this 300 group is knowing clarity and being able to spread that. That is the biggest thing right now. Okay, we need a group that's going to start doing context over everything. Okay. So excuse me as I start to try to go through a few things. The comments are rolling like crazy. So if you need to repost and I haven't answered, let me know. You have 7 kids retired. Services, it's time for change. Take phones and games. Now we creating narcissistic kids. Okay, you done went deep there, Tam Tam. I love you. Elon Musk, he needs to take them with him. Judge is bad. He went to the limits of power. Federal judges, though, but yeah. He wants to limit the power of federal judges, though. He can't. I mean, it ain't about what he wants. See, y'all got to understand, it ain't about what this man wants to do. And that's what we're going to talk about in that 300 group. And like, listen, stop following with what this man wants to do. We're going to talk about what he's able to do, because he can't do it within the law. He doesn't have it, okay? Case with Judge Tanya Chutkan. I was just talking about that. Tashia is still active. You're talking about the 14 Democratic states out of 23 that are suing to remove Elon Musk. It's still active. It's still active, and it takes time. Our justice system is slow, but definite. Excuse me. And Doge connections will go down. Same way, Fannie case in Georgia. As soon as they know the poor man is no longer, I can't wait for justices for those criminals. What can they do? What can who do? Isabel, which one? Are they going to do something? Are they going to do something? If you talk about the judges, you damn right they are. They're getting ready to hold him in contempt on 2 different cases. The problem with that is that he will pardon them. No, that's not a problem. Here's what I keep breaking down, Buttercup. Understand this, and everybody else. Him pardoning people don't mean jack crap. It just means their career is over. They ain't gonna be in jail. And that's fine. I care less about them being in jail than I do them being in power. And if enough people fall, they're gonna think twice about doing what Trump says. You just need to take out a few examples. Why is Trump trying to seek prosecuting criminal charges against attorney Letitia James? Because he's talking through the side of his you know what, Cheryl. He ain't got the power to do it. He ain't got the power to do it no more than he does any other attorney general. He can't pull it off. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. If I missed your question, ask it again. I'm going to go ahead and answer some of these, because this was like, whoa. Elon is it doesn't matter if he's leaving. Understand this. It doesn't matter who's leaving. It matters who's showing them the door. Okay? And quite frankly, he's pissed off with Trump, and Trump is pissed with him. How do we know? Because billions of dollars he's losing through the tariffs, and Trump stopped him from getting that meeting in the Pentagon, according to the New York Times, because he didn't want him knowing the secrets on how they're going to deal with the Chinese. Do you think anything will be done about all the insider trading that happened? Yeah, they're going to catch him. Understand this, popcorn. What has essentially happened has been super hot right now is that the GOP is getting courage now that Elon is away. If you got Elon, MAGA, and Trump, who do they fear most? Elon, because he could pull their funding. He could straight up go match funding with them and put them out. Late, but I'm here. Thank you, ancestors. I appreciate it. White House, flying monkey. Okay, Tam, you on one. That is hilarious. What has been given enough rope? Have they been given enough rope yet? Almost, Matt. It's almost over. This is seriously. Okay. Hey, thank you, Elisa. Yeah, I'm here. Can we see Elon in prison? Yeah, eventually he will be going to prison. Just like Steve Bannon eventually went to prison. But first, there are 14 states suing to bring him along, bring him out the picture. Why are they so loyal to 47? It's a cult. That's all I got to say. It's a cult. What about censoring Jasmine Crockett? What about it? They ain't going to censor her. They understand with these things when they say, we're going to do this, that means they're going to make a motion to do it. But that don't mean it'll pass. See, they're doing a lot of actions, but nothing's happening. Excuse me. And who I'm talking about when I say they, I'm talking about the Republican House. Thank you, Gwen, for the request to hit the like button. He'll be brought back. No, you don't understand. Everybody, vindictive. I'm going to tell everybody again, Elon ain't coming back when you got 14 states suing, and they got a good chance with Judge Chutkan to win that case to get him out of government. They're suing the Trump administration to remove him, and they're not withdrawing that case because he says he's leaving. Fuck that. It ain't happening. Okay, let's see. I went through a lot of questions here. Do you think HR 25 will pass? Which one is that one, Tech Girl? Let me know. Elon going to see Diddy. Ha! They better leave Jasmine alone. I bet she would fundraise off a century. Yeah, she would. Do you think we can get Congress in order? Nope. Congress is a piece of crap with the Democrats. Think about it. They didn't even question whether Chuck Schumer should be the minority leader in the Senate after what he just did and turned against us with the budget. I mean, you got Corey who can stand up for 25 hours and run his mouth, but he can't stand up against his fellow senator. Time for Elon to go to jail. It sure is. I voted for Kamala. Great. But she is too centrist. Really? Really? She's too centrist? She's too centrist? No, she's not. You think the budget bill will pass? At this point, Cherokee, it's questionable. You got millions of MAGA people who know now that their Medicaid, their veterans benefits, their SNAP benefits are in danger. That is the best thing we could have. All right? Why do you want the government to shut down? Because the government needs to shut down to make sure that we stop these concessions happening from the Trump department. Period. Martial law, I explained that earlier, Sonia. Basically, that means troops show up in town, shut things down. Think pandemic. We had people all over the place. Even we had National Guard showing up in cities. That's what martial law is now. So, Love your morning. Pick me up. Hey, that's great. Food for the soul. Do you think the energy in the red states will hold until midterms? Maybe. Oh my goodness, good question. Question is Trump gonna keep doing what he's doing? And the answer is yes. So yeah. You gave up on Corey when he sided with Big Pharma. I understand. Is there any way all of them side with Big Pharma? Honestly, the court can stop this tariff situation. Um, no, not at this point. But if it gets too dangerous, they may have to step in. I love your channel. It eases my soul, my mind. D. Jennings, thank you. Do you believe they will pass the SAVE Act? Nope. it it'll it passed in the House, but the House be coming up with crazy bills, but it ain't gonna pass in the Senate. But black folks are in that "I told you so" mode, because I'm trying to go through everything, but it's so much. What's the opposite of progress? Congress. That's funny. Y'all hit me with a lot of, a lot of questions. Man, I don't know if I'll be able to get through everything. That's why I said maybe I ought to turn that 300 group into 100. Now I'm scared, y'all. Y'all hit me with some questions, boy. Oh, man. Honey lemon hot. Yeah, I know that's right. I use the Tylenol cold, which works really well. I just didn't take it today. Why don't they return Garcia? Is it power? Yes. Exposure? Yes, because him getting back would be horrible to Trump. Absolutely, yes. Plus, he don't want brown people back. We depend on you to put it all in perspective. Indeed, Popcorn. Thank you. We all at Bias Projects. Let's see. VIX on your feet. VIX on your. Oh, that's old school move right there, Tam Tam. Darren, I'm anxious. Will we lose Medicare, Medicaid, and SNAP? Cherokee, I'll break it down to everybody concerned about that. It depends if they can get this bill through to defund the committee that supports Medicaid. Medicare would be next. They're trying to take a gut approach with Medicare, where they're just gutting the department, as well as Social Security. But Medicaid and SNAP, they're trying to directly defund. Um, it all comes down to this: will they be able to sneak that budget in and people not pay attention? And the good news is I'm feeling good about it. There's a lot of people who know about it, and they're fighting like hell. And the MAGA people are finally believing it. They are pissed. Them dragging those MAGA people out in the middle of their sessions is the best fucking thing that could have happened. They are pissed. They are pissed. Of course, you don't want black people. You don't want black people. You don't want brown people. Yeah, MAGA's mad, which is great. Flip on Trump, in a sense, he kind of is, in slowly but surely doing that. He's losing billions. MTG is a hot mess. Ignore her. Ignore her, y'all. She don't have any power. She's just a large noise. She's just a large noise. Here's the thing. Hope I have missed everybody's conversation, but I'm going to give you some real core stuff that you need to know. Let's go to school. This is the type of thing I'm going to teach in my 300 group. In fact, I promise that in the group. It's going to be a private chat area, and it's going to be a private area where you can email when you have questions, and I'm going to give you updates. It's going to be a very private group. It's a paid group, though. It's $9.99 or something. If you rather just surf around on the internet and figure shit out, fine. But for those of you who got Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, Veterans benefits, SNAP benefits, Affordable Care Act, I suggest you spend the $10 because you'll get a direct answer. Plus, there are people who are coming at me about immigration. And I said, listen, I'm not an attorney. As I said earlier, I'm not an attorney, but I know how to pick one. And I know how to get free information from attorneys across the web the right way in a strategy where you can get free information. You can have free sessions with attorneys the right way, where when you're asking questions, they're getting more advanced, you're getting free information, and you're making the right decisions. Some of you need to make those decisions, whether you're in immigration, Social Security attorneys, Medicaid, Medicare. But first, get the free info. I'm a very resourceful individual. I've been online for pretty much the most time Alon's been here, which is since '95. And I've been running the business since 2005. So I know this is going to be really a hot thing for people to join it when I get it ready. It's going to be ready by this weekend. Hey, Big Tech Girl, thank you. Thank you. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to answer your question. I know you had a question earlier, didn't you? That's another thing that I'm looking forward to, having a smaller group, because with the group, I can answer your questions directly, and I know you by name, and I can recognize you by that. Like Tam Tam, who've been throwing out all them crazy questions and stuff. And Tech Girl, when you ask questions, and Cherokee, when you ask questions, and Isabel asking questions. Lisa asking questions, and Popcorn bringing out the questions. That's the crew. That's the crew. I'm gonna have it available, Popcorn, very shortly. When I throw out a video, and I'll have a link to the page, I'm just building a back-end community for it. So that way I can answer a ton of questions privately, at least be able to do that. If you got some benefits on the line, you should know about that. That's the first group. The second group I'm working on is called Liberal Moneymakers, and that is, how can you make videos and make some money? Or if you already have a business, you will want to join Liberal Moneymakers, because how can you market better and brand better where you can get more sales? Marketing, brand, sales. I got 30 years experience in it. Used to work for Universal, DreamWorks, MCA, a whole lot of big companies. Monique, are you on here? You know who I'm talking about, Monique Edwards. I'm calling you out. Are you on here? Are you on here? I have a question. Why is Trump defying the courts? Because he believes that he's above the law. Chuck. He believes he's above the law. And here's where he believes that. I'm going to blow my nose here. Forgive me. So I'm putting the phone to the side. The reason, Chuck, he believes he's above the law is because for 50 years, he has been. Look at that movie, y'all, Apprentice. But regarding these groups, I'm going to have links for them on videos. I'm going to be promoting it by this weekend. But he believes he's above the law. He believes he can do what he wants to do because he's manipulated the courts. He knows the game. He's very clever. Let's give him credit for one thing. He's very clever. The way he even approached Garcia, I can't bring him back. And we know damn well you can bring him back. But he says, I can't bring him back. Is he defying, or is he just saying he can't bring him back? Yeah. Do you think Trump's administration underestimated the American people? Yes. I think their arrogance, Jenna, underestimated the American people. But you know who they underestimated even more? He underestimated those judges in those lower courts, those 700 judges. Let's see. What else? I'm going to answer a lot. Damn, y'all got questions. Woo! Oh, my God. Yeah, he can bring her back. Absolutely, he can bring her back, Chuka. Shuka. Sounds like it's Shaka. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lillian. I'm sorry to hear that. You still have vocal cord issues? You have a question on Congress, Creation X? What is it? I'm not a direct beneficiary of any of these. My job depends on them. I got you, popcorn. You need to earn additional revenue. See, some people just have questions. They don't want to run a business, which is fine. That's why I'm going to have that group, that 300 group, and just basically give you resources that you can find. Like I've been, God, since the election ended, I've been sending people, like, I've been giving them resources and strategies to go find immigration lawyers, find social security lawyers, and talk to lawyers about their benefits. I mean, I tell people up front, I'm not a, but lawyers usually appreciate this when I say, listen, I'm not a lawyer, but I'll tell you how to get one the right way. Forgive me, I'm sitting here trying to operate everything. Yeah, it's not about the impeachment, Ms. Ray. It's about getting his people. About getting his people. Creation X, what's your question? I'm trying to see, but I'm getting barraged. Just ask the question. Put it out there. I'll know to look for you. Do you think that Congress will get sick of Trump at some point? I don't know. I don't have time to figure out what Congress figures out. I tell you, they're getting sick of him now, and that's why they're starting to open up the hearings on Seth Signalgate, and they are trying to get the tariffs away from him. But I'm not waiting on Congress, whether it's Republican or Democrat now. I'm not. I'm depending on the judges and the people who are suing them in the courts. And the judges have the right to send people and subpoena them and put their ass in court. Why won't the judges lock up Trump? Because they can't. He has immunity right now, and Trump ain't the answer right now. The answer is let's take out his people around him, and that'll scare him enough from starting anything stupid. I know you think the simple answer, many of you think the simple answer is, well, just lock up Trump. No, and he knows that. He's in a position where he's got people who are following what he says and willing to go to jail for him. And I say, okay, let's put them in jail. Did that answer your question, Creation X? Is Musk still in the U.S.? Yes. Who you think will run for president? I hope that Kamala and Waltz run. If we tell him you are powerless, that may get his ego. Yeah, well, it ain't just telling him, it's putting him in contempt. Even if you don't get him in there, the people around him are in trouble, y'all. They in big trouble. Do you realize how much trouble? I think the biggest people sweating right now are the people in the U.S. Attorney's Office, the DOJ. They're people sweating. The people who are sweating are the ones who did let those planes fly to El Salvador, even though Boasberg put out that rule. I think the people sweating are the ones who are behind Garcia, not, mistakenly being caught and going in there. Yeah. Seriously. Again, Jasmine Barbarette, I love Jasmine, but no, she needs to be the minority leader and be the majority leader after 2026 and 28. Why does comment do for Trump besides the his I don't understand that, Yams. Why would the medical field listen to JFK if they know he's not qualified for their jobs out of fear? I'm glad the Senator Van Holden went to El Salvador. I am too, Tech. I definitely would love to see you in here. You're asking some great questions. I would love to see you in 300. Because, yeah, I like what he did. But you know what else, Tech? There's a friend I have on TikTok who he's been schooling me about El Salvador because he's El Salvadorian and he was here legally, him and his mom, but they were so afraid of the environment, getting rid of people who are legally here. Him and his mom decided to go back to some property they bought down in El Salvador. They originally fled because of the violence. Not enough people talk about that. They talk about, oh, he's such a horrible guy and jailing people. But there was some serious crazy gangster-ish going on in El Salvador. And he shut it down. He did it like the Singaporean leader did. Do you think, oh, good one, Jennifer Robinson, I like what you said. Do you think he'll get to replace his jail loyalists? Yes. He will pardon them. The people who will be pardoned will not be able to come back. Like Steve Bannon hadn't been able to come back. Okay? But it'll be all of the people who come in, they're going to think twice before they make a move. So you whip somebody's ass. I'm going to go street with this. I'm from Chicago, y'all. I'm going to go street with this. You whip one person ass. It makes the others kind of fall in line, kind of like what they say about prison and the playgrounds at school. You whip the big person ass. You whip a couple of key figures in there, and they realize, oh, yeah, lower courts do want that smoke. And thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. I really do, y'all. I meant to tell y'all that. They want that smoke. They ready. They want that smoke. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Because if they think they're going to get in trouble, how do we know that? How do we know that? How do we know that? Here's the exciting part about knowing that. I am so telling you. Yeah, Bannon is crazy as hell, Tam. I'm so telling y'all right now that I know we know that because what happened earlier, a couple of weeks back, is that we watched this scenario unfold where Trump got in trouble and he got scared, real scared. And we know that. El Salvador was extremely dangerous at one point. It calmed down a lot. Yeah, that's what my person who just went down there said, oh my God, it is, he's like, man, it is back. It's a vacation spot. It's cool. We ain't got no more problems. He said, especially after the Civil War, it got crazy. That's the thing. Does the Senate have the votes to stop judges' rulings? No, because it's in the Constitution. But guess what? The Senate is they don't have the votes. They don't have the votes in the Senate. They don't have the votes in the Senate DSBG to turn that House bill that they just passed by Mike Stupid Johnson into a law. And he knows that. That's the thing. That's what's crazy. Thank God for judges. Yeah, I'm telling you, as a black man, I don't think I've said that many times since this happened. Does the Senate have the votes? I already said that. I answered that. Yeah, Chuka, I hope that Kamala runs for 2028. Let me just be straightforward. I worked on that campaign. Waltz, and that election I feel like was stolen. I can't go too deep on it because social media always attacks me when I get real with it. But if y'all look in my playlist, I got a chance. They didn't block it. Look at my playlist. I got to talk about that. Look at my playlist. I talk about election fraud. I talk about Elon's evil plans, thieves in the White House. You say your uncle's a judge? Oh, your uncle's a judge? He laughing his ass off? Oh, I bet he's watching. Those lower courts, I bet you he told you that. Them lower courts ain't no joke. Yes, I've heard of the No Kings Act, Mary Gutierrez. I'll be talking about that in my private 300 group. Can we flip the House and Senate? Possibly, but I'm not focused on that, Cherokee. I'm really not. I don't trust Congress. They've been voting ever since the election ended. You got Democrats who've been voting against our betterment. Not just in that budget bill, but in other things. I do not trust them. Really? Please, not Kamala again. She failed us totally. Really? You think so, Creation X? Explain what she failed. What did she fail? Oh, she failed to be president inside of 108 fucking days instead of actually being able to be a president who had a whole year or more to run for president. So she couldn't pull it off in 108 days. She didn't satisfy your whim to do that. Oh, how dare that black woman not pull off enough miracles for you? Oh, what a shame, Creation X. That is a terrible, terrible thing. She did not do it the way you wanted her to do it. Should she somehow have climbed inside of Trump's ass and made him lose? Or was there somehow some sort of election fraud going on? Was there any of that going on? Was there that? Oh, she failed us. No, she failed you. She didn't fail a fucking soul here. She didn't fail a fucking soul here. She was shitted on. Let's talk. You want to go there? She was shitted on. She was shitted on. She was shitted on. People would rather have a felon over him, and they stole that fucking election. I guarantee you this, in 2028, ain't going to be a satellite in the motherfucking sky. No satellites in the sky. No. She didn't fail a god. She didn't fail nobody. There was that. There was that what? Creation X. There was that what? There was that what? Because understand this. She didn't fail nobody. She was robbed. People would rather, white people would rather burn. I'm going there. And white folks, don't get in your feelings. If you voted Kamala, thank you. But you know I ain't lying. I'm about to go. Listen, I live here in Chicago. There is a neighborhood that had an amusement park. In the amusement park, it was for white folks only. Decades ago. When black neighborhoods started showing up, they blocked them from going. And finally, when the neighborhoods were so bigger than the white neighborhoods, you know what they did? They shut it down. They closed it. They closed that motherfucker. They closed it. They closed it. They would rather watch it be burnt to the ground than have us have it. Think about that. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. That's what we got in this election. And that's why many black people are hurt, because we're like, whoa, you would rather have somebody who would burn down the nation, as we've proven, than actually have somebody of value. She didn't fail us. She didn't fail us. What failed us was the people who are, and I'm tired of hearing the economy. Fuck the economy. Y'all know it ain't the economy. It was racism, prejudice, homophobia, misogyny, and xenophobia that fucking killed our chances, and they straight up fucking stole it. They stole it. They stole that motherfucker. Look at my playlist. They stole that motherfucker. She ain't failed shit. She was asked, like all black women are usually asked to do, to bring a fucking miracle. And if they didn't create a miracle, what a horrible person they are for not showing up with a fucking cape and fixing shit. That's what that was. And fuck every Democrat in Congress who sat there and said it wasn't those 5 things. Who got on all the newses and said, well, it was the economy. And all those commentators like Van Jones came in and said, oh, well, maybe it was the economy. Bitch, please, it was no economy. It's not the economy. It's not the economy. Fuck the economy. It was not the economy. It's what they used to say they didn't want any black Indian woman married to a Jew. That's what they meant. Let's cut the shit. Just like they said, it's immigration. No, it ain't immigration, bitch. It ain't immigration. Ain't no black fragility. It's white fragility, but ain't no black fragility. Let's go. You want to say it's black fragility? Shit. I'm talking about white fragility. They say, oh, well, it was immigration. No, it was, I don't want them brown people coming to America and throwing down. Now, white folks, don't feel uncomfortable about this. I ain't trying to break up your white fragility. I am saying the truth, and I'm not blaming all white folks. But I am asking white folks, you need to go in there and take on people in your culture who sat on the couch who are asking me now, what about the Save app? What up? And then Brandon's coming in here talking about, you're a total flamer, and you're a total loser, Brandon. You're a total loser. You're a total loser. If you honestly want to come in here with that bullshit, let's go, Brandon. Let's get Brandon out of here, because Brandon is a total loser. You're a total loser. Removed. Total loser. Don't come in here with that bullshit. You're a flamer. You're a this. You're a that. You're a simple. No. Simple is being a MAGA person. That's what it is. Being a MAGA person. That's what a simp is. Okay? That's what being a simp is. That's why you just got here from the channel. You're a simp. Any other simps? Because I'm not going to have this shit. Anybody else want to come at me with that bullshit? I'm giving it to you real. I'm telling white women all the time, listen, if you voted Kamala, thank you. Thank you. But talk to other white women who sat on that couch. I ain't talking about the MAGA women. I'm talking about the ones that sat on the fucking couch. I'm talking, if you're Arab, talk to the Arabs, and you voted Kamala, talk to the Arabs who sat on the couch. Talk to the Palestinian protesters that showed up at a motherfucking protest. You didn't show up to one goddamn Trump protest. Not one. Because you knew you'd get that ass whipped. You knew it. But, you gonna show up at a protest and then say, yeah, we're for Trump. Yeah, we don't like Kamala. We're in our feelings. How your feelings feel now, bitch? How you feel now? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? How's it look? How you looking now? How you looking now? I know some of you want to leave the room because maybe I'm hurting your feelings. You got to go. You got to go. Let me set the line. Let me draw the line for you. I am no punk. My name is Darren Scott Monroe, 30 years marketing branding. I worked on Kamala Harris's campaign, and I'm no punk bitch, and I am just going to tell this shit to you like I tell this shit to you. And that's what I'm going to do in my group, my 300 group. So don't even think about coming up in there with that bullshit blaming Kamala for not doing something inside of 100 and something days when she didn't even have a full fucking campaign. She killed it for somebody with 100 and something days. That shit was partly stolen through suppression and satellites and shit nobody wants to talk about. And on top of that, you want to talk about some sort of, you are a simp. You're doing this. You're a bad person. No. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's who I am. Take it or leave it. Move on. Move on. Move on. It is what it is, motherfucker. It is what it is. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. What's a money scam? What's up, Tam Tam? What's a money scam? Oh, what Trump's doing? I had something called Thieves in the White House, and Elon, evil plans, showing you how he getting his money. Seriously, real talk. Real talk. But that's who I am. And let me tell you something. In this 300 group, everybody's welcome. This ain't about just black folks. But I am telling you like this. I'm telling you like this. Understand, I'm going to bring it real to you. I'm going to tell it to you like you need to hear it. White women need to talk to other white women right now because there's a fucking problem with a group of people. And now that you see this SAVE Act, they're like, they're coming for us. And I'm talking about the white women who sat on the fucking couch and didn't vote. You need to talk to them. Say, hey, this is what we were talking about when you said vote Kamala. Latino people. I already talked to the Arabs and said, listen, the Palestinian protesters, y'all getting deported. Y'all getting your ass whipped. He talking about having a hotel. Trump, Gaza. Motherfucker, you supported this bullshit. Now you want to get out and protest. That's why black people ain't doing protests. We ain't doing protests. We ain't doing protests. Yeah, fuck Jill Stein. Yeah, I don't like Jill Stein. I don't like Jill Stein. Go for, because if she really gave a shit, why ain't she saying something now, y'all? You know, and I'm talking to the people who support Jill Stein. I'm not saying you did who brought that up, but I'm just saying. Seriously. Thank you, Shelley, for watching. If we get rid of Trump. See, the plan ain't getting rid of Trump. The plan is let's get rid of his people. You get rid of his people, Trump can't do anything. But Jill Stein, if she's such a G, why ain't she saying something now? And for those before you ask, why isn't Kamala saying something now? Kamala is chilling, yo. Kamala is chilling. Let me tell you something. Kamala is, and she's probably been advised this as well, and she's smart enough to know without advice is let that sting happen. Let that ass whooping happen. Just let me stay. Let that ass whooping happen. Question, will Elon government contracts be canceled when he's booted? Not right away, but he's going to jail eventually in a matter of years, Mashar. The other thing that's going to happen is there are 14 Democratic states suing to get him removed, whether he's there or not. They don't care whether he drops out of government. Fuck that. Making sure he can't come back. Yes, they did it to Hillary too. Yeah, the difference between Hillary was this. Hillary had all the cards. But the problem was there were some people she had some issues with. There was a deep, deep hate for her, more so than Kamala. But it was a Clinton type hate. On top of that, black folks were in their feelings about Hillary because of the way she treated Obama. They were real pissed. They wasn't going to vote for her. I voted for her, but I was asked to work a campaign, and I was like, but I'll vote for her. And I knew that was going to happen with black people. So Trump did have a chance. Plus, Trump had a great pitch in 2016, which was, shit, what can it hurt to try me? And black people and brown people bought it. And when they did, they caught hell. And that's why we came back in 2020, 80% stronger than 2024, 85% strong. And that's why we were telling all the other minorities, you may not want to repeat our mistake. And what did they do? Repeat our mistake. It's a shame. Why don't the courts just lock up Trump? Because they can't. Don't you think Elon will run back to South Africa? Oh, he's never running back there. That's majority black people. I voted for women, yes, and I'm a gay white dude, and it was her time, and I love you all, babies, for spilling the tea on this. Hey, Super Dougie, you're very welcome, and you're very welcome here, and thank you for your vote, and prepare for the fight, Super Dougie. Yeah, we are all in this. And I'm very happy that when you talk about exit polling that happened, the Jews were with us. Black people, as much as we give hell to Jews, and I say we as a people, I don't. I'm cool with them. But I'm telling you, black folks be hating on the Jews. You can't hate on them on this. They was 70+% voting for Kamala. And the gay community was showing up deep on supporting Kamala because they knew what was going on. They knew the cost, the consequences. The frustrating part was to watch the Arabs and the Latinos. I haven't talked about the Latinos yet. 33 nations of people across 4 different regions. And the Latinos sat there and skipped out. And it was like, wait a minute. Y'all, don't y'all realize what could happen? Now they understand. Oh, man. Do you think Trump will do martial law? No, I don't. I think it'd be disaster. I hope he does. Let me put it like this. It's the 20th is Sunday. I hope he does. Because that's going to hurt him big time. Just like tariffs. It's going to hurt him big time. What else? Thank you for all you do, Darren. Good news post every morning. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Angie Bell. A few shadows say that Kamala will be president this September. That's interesting. Nice wish. I don't know. How does Elon feel that Trump blocked him from China? Very upset. And you throw on the fact that he lost all of that money from tariffs. Federal courts can stop martial law. Correct. Creation X, correct. I know. You tried to tell the women, AD, what was at stake. There's a lot of people, especially if you black, we tried to, we went and we said, please don't vote for this guy. Please don't sit on the couch. This is bad. This is bad. I even talked to other black people, and now they're experiencing it, and I'm like, I really am so tired of people who have to catch up. That's the problem. I think AOC has a wonderful future. They're talking about senator, but she could be minority leader of the House. She could be. Um, Before that, I think that it's time for Chuck Schumer to resign. I think AOC is the highest profile person. If she stays high profile, the only person just as high profile will be Letitia James. You know, but Letitia James could be Attorney General, U.S. Attorney General. She could run for president. I mean, she's got high profile. Do you think Orange Villain Health will even survive 4 years? Nope. I think he'll resign. I believe the Orange Villain, that's a good one, IG. I love that one name too. I think that Orange Villain Health will resign within 365 days, y'all. If he keeps fucking around with tariffs, this signal gate is more serious than anybody think. I mean, that's treason. Past election, listen to black women. I know, right? I know. And they didn't, right? They didn't. They didn't. Well, it's not what, you know what, man, Creation X? It's not just what Chuck did. It's the fact that nobody came for Chuck's ass. Even if they didn't get him, I still would have respected if they came for him. So when I hear all this tough talk from Corey, from Elizabeth Warren, I think to myself, yeah, I hear you talking, but I don't see you trying them. Yeah, Jack Smith was the man. He is. Will the children lose? Will the children lose what? Let me see. Will the children lose free lunch under budget cut? Yes, SNAP. Yeah. Some states have already started going after him. He did sell us out. Chuck did sell us out. Hanukkah. He did. Am I saying it right? Hanaku Nana? Hana? I'm totally messing up your name. Forgive me. Accomplice. Senator Van Hollen. Yeah, he's there. They won't let him see him. They won't let him see Garcia. Watching you always makes my depression. Oh, I know that, right? Depression about what's going on go down. Good. I've had a bad sleep due to all of us happening. Understand this, y'all. We don't control this. We can try to reach out, email. This week I reached out to Duckworth, Durbin, and Davis, my Congress people, my two senators and House of Representatives. And I also reached out to Supreme Court after the decision on Monday. But that's all the power I have. I have this power. I got tens of thousands. I got 8 different TikTok accounts, y'all. Look at my TikTok and look at the pin I just put up there. I got 500,000 followers on TikTok that I may be losing right now. China's going to shut down TikTok, y'all. I think China's going to shut down TikTok. That's why I started lives here. China's going to shut down TikTok. But then on top of that, I got 40,000 followers on YouTube, 30,000 plus on Instagram, and assorted follows everywhere else about 1,000. And I'm trying to tell you right now that that's my power. But other than that, I can't control Congress. I can't control what the Supreme Court or the other people are doing. Tam, you hate TikTok? TikTok is a hot mess right now. Seriously, they screwed me out of a lot of money over the last two months. It's been ugly. I do have faith in a higher power. But Ms. T, I also believe in taking some actions. Pray and move. Pray and move. Pray and move. That's the biggest deal for me. They could shut it down, though, Vanessa. They could shut it down. They could shut it down. Go ahead, Vanessa Davis Griggs. I like your picture. Go ahead, girl. Flossing it. Flossing it. Jennifer, what's going on? I'm always bugging Schiff and Padilla. Good. Bug them to death. Can we live without Republican Party? Yeah. We can live without Democratic Party. Here's what the thing. This is money. Yep, I am in Streeterville. If you're from Chicago, right here along the Riverwalk, on the opposite side of this view, the building is Riverwalk. Yep. And yeah, I love No Answer, Ohio Sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Cherokee. I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what? Here's the beautiful thing about the web. Y'all can support the 23 governors and AGs on the Democratic side. You know? You're more of a Wiccan? Okay. TikTok. He won't answer me, nor will Mayor of Toledo. It's okay. You tried your best. Here's the thing I believe in, everybody. Do your part. If you put in your emails, if you followed up, great. We can't do everything. We ain't got control of everything. We don't. There are four different quadrants. High priority, low priority. Remember that. High priority, low priority. Okay? And what we control and what we don't control. So many people are trying to use they're trying to take low priority and what they control. First thing I tell people, that's why I'm starting these two groups. One group is called 300. That's what I'm calling it right now. I'm just going to have 300 people in. You pay $9.99 a month. We're going to have real personal talks. This is for the people who are, you got your benefits on the line. You trying to figure out, you got immigration on the line. You got Social Security. You got stuff on the line. You trying to figure out what your next steps are. You want to hear the truth of what's going on, the blow by blow, and be able to talk to somebody directly. And this is something that's going to be very personable. I'm going to get to know all these 300 people. That's why I'm debating whether I make it 300 people or not. Oh my God, maybe I'll make it 100. Oh my God, that's a lot of work. But yeah, it's a personal group, and the purpose is to help you feel not only comfort and walk off the ledge. And for those who are asking, I'm going to put that out this weekend. It's going to be via video here on YouTube and all my social media, and you'll have a place to join. But I'm going to tell you what gets you kicked out: being negative, saying some stupid shit. I don't want rah-rah. I don't expect to get my ass kissed. I'm not that guy. But I'm going to tell you, saying stupid shit can't get you kicked. Saying stupid shit. Remember, I am a black man. And I would never be irrelevant. Fight the power. Don't believe the hype. That's the real song with Trump. Don't believe the hype. Here's the thing. So talking about gumming up in there, talking about Kamala. Yeah, that ain't gonna work for you. I ain't gonna rah Kamala, but fuck that. I am gonna rah Kamala. That's my sister. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna rah Kamala, but at the same time, y'all ain't coming up in there talking about, well, Kamala should have done a better job. I'm like, oh no, motherfucker. No. What you expect? Miracle Whip? What's supposed to be? Miracle Whip? Miracle Whip? Hey, congratulations, Barbette, for your marketing business. If you need some help, let me know. My whole thing, I have another group called Liberal Moneymakers. I've been teaching people how to make money online for the last 20 years. I have 30 years marketing, branding experience. I used to work for Universal, DreamWorks, MCA, some of the most famous people in the world, promoting them here in Chicago. Jay-Z, Eminem, Limp Bizkit, Nelly Furtado, The Roots. I promoted $6 billion worth of films like Lord of the Rings and the Star Wars, Star Trek, Nutty Professor series. If I was at my home right now, I'm in a model home in the building because I had a flood break out in my place. But if I had a model home, you'd see all my plaques on the wall, la-di-da-di. Yeah, they stole the election. They did. You should get paid for that, Tam. Understand this. The only difference between people who making money online and the people who aren't honestly, ethically, are the people who are sharing their knowledge, skills, talent, experience. So the idea here is this. If you could leverage that, and people right now online are making tons of money out of it, anywhere from a few thousand to hundreds of thousands to even millions out of that. And they're doing that and they're not famous. The majority of the millions of people around the world not famous. I've taught over 100,000 people across 100 plus countries in the last 20 years, and I'm telling you right now, and that's directly who work with me directly. I'm talking about, via a group or something like that or one-on-one. If you're talking about via social media, it's millions. I would say at least 50 to 100 million people have reached out, seen me, whatever. I made money, lost money, made money, lost money. So I'm the one you talk to on that. Yeah, I made a joke on that, Miss T. No satellites in the next election. We're going to be shooting them bitches down. Boom. 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 Hey, Tammy, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm a straight shooter. Straight shooter. Do you think that protests will do any good? Hey, listen, I support protests, but as a black man and black person, we kind of stand away from that. We staying away. We've done enough protesting. We were the lead of the protest. We're gonna let y'all protest. So if you want to protest, Tammy, go for it. Like MoveOn.org and Indivisible. I definitely join them if you want to do it. But it really question is how does it make you feel and what do you think? I think protests matter from a protest perspective, from a media perspective. One of the things I'm going to show y'all, would y'all like to do what I'm doing and talk about politics from your perspective? That's the thing. Would y'all like to do that? Because I'm teaching people, we need more blue influencers talking out there from their perspective. Not just giving the news, but giving their perspective. Thank you so much, Jacqueline McKinney. Thank you. Yeah, nobody's really talking about context. Hey, Tam Tam. Yeah, you are different, Tam Tam. Tam Tam been lighting it up today. That's what's up. If I say one brother, yes, black people do. Yeah, we were the leader of the civil rights movement, man. But you know who benefited most from civil rights? White women. That's the frustration of black women because we all know it. DEI and all of that. Just to see that idiot press secretary lady get up there and talk about DEI, not realizing, so ignorant that she doesn't realize the reason she's up there is because of DEI. It's just like Clarence Thomas. They get in the door and pull the ladder up. That's the thing. Man, electrical storm, that's really great. Here's the thing, Ray Dio. It's great if you try to report it, but I'm talking about, here's the thing. I'm not trying to be rough or disrespectful to you, but fuck reporting. Let's have a context and opinion on it. What we need is a larger megaphone of independent people. That's the one thing they do straight up have without cheating. And that is the MAGA side got megaphones. Their lies, listen to what I'm about to say. This is powerful. Listen. Their lies were louder than our truth with their megaphone. And some people think that if you scream loud enough, that means they're right. Seriously. Pam Bondi, I think, has a chance of going to jail. Yes. Yeah, she does suck. Yeah, Vicky. She sucks. She's a sugar baby. Married to a 60-year-old husband. I think I've answered a lot. Let me just start wrapping things out. So first of all, there's a formula to Trump. It's three parts. The first is the playbook, then the score, and then the context. The playbook is break the law. You break the law, you lose on the lower courts, go to the appeal court, and then go to Supreme Court. There's been a problem with that since this past weekend because he has defied the Supreme Court, but it's going to bite him in the ass big time. And I'll explain that at the end. The second part is the score. He is 3-47. That means he's only won three, and he's lost 47. He is not winning. He wants to project wins, but he's not winning. Then there's third, context. When you hear him say batshit crazy stuff, realize that every time he says something, it is to either manipulate you and not get you looking at stuff like the economy, like Signalgate, which is still a big thing that could get them in a lot of trouble, or he's trying to project power he doesn't have. And Mike Judge tries to do it too. He tries to go out and say, "Oh, I'm gonna make a law where judges can't do this," and he passed it in the House of Republicans. In the House of Republicans, that's what I call them. The House of Representatives were mostly Republican, but it's not going to pass the Senate, and it's foolishness. But what he's trying to project is power, because he knows a lot of people don't know that. And it's pissing off the judicial branch, rightfully so. But here's where it gets interesting, everybody, and this is where you should pay attention, real big time. Last weekend, Trump defied Supreme Court. What does that mean? That means that the Supreme Court said bring Garcia back, and they pointed down to the lower court rulings, 9-0, say let the lower court stand. And he wouldn't. And now the lower courts are coming for that ass. They're coming for that ass. Lower courts want that smoke. And if you think he owns the courts, he doesn't. The majority of the Supreme Court rulings for this term have been against him. And this one was against him. Perfect example. But the people who are going to get him are going to be the Supreme Court. It's going to be them lower courts. I don't know if Garcia's alive. Everybody's been asking me that. I don't know. I think here's the way I try to think optimistically about it. Because as much as I grew up in Chicago, I know about some gangsters. I never was one because I didn't want that life. We call ourselves in Chicago, the old school reference is neutron. Neutron means we're civilians. We're not gangsters. I was a geek, not a gangster, and proud of it. I was in the band. I was a regular dude. I ain't had nothing to do with that life, but I do know about gangsters. I did grow up around them. And I would tell you something interesting about gangsters in a very positive way. Those gangsters in that prison, they might take pity on them and not hurt them because they know that the American justice system and the president they don't like in El Salvador fucked them over. They might show them some love. I don't think they just gonna instantly kill them. I don't. Yeah. Cash is being smart. He's being quiet. Yeah, they better bring him back about. I hope so. But that's the thing I'm trying to tell you about gangsters. You know, that's the thing. CT Temptation, yeah. Yeah, I was a neutron. I was a regular person. Which was cool because they didn't mess with me. I lived on the south side of everywhere. So I was in the good neighborhoods, the bad neighborhoods. My grandmother was over in Auburn Gresham, 79th and Vincennes. Oh, not good, not good. But them gangsters knew I was just a regular geeky kid. I ain't messing with nobody. I ain't out in them streets. I don't want that smoke. I wasn't about those drugs. I wasn't slinging. I was slinging Commodore 64. You know what I'm saying? I was geeking it out. It was all good. Now, here's some interesting points about that. Again, weirdly enough, if you know anything about gang mentality, They don't always just attack you to attack you. I mean, Garcia wasn't a snitch. He wasn't somebody who turned on the gangs. He's somebody who got away from it because he knew the violence and had to get away. Just like the friend I have, Arnold, he got away. Him and his mom got away because of the violence out there. But he came back years later and he ain't did nothing officially wrong to gangs. So him coming back in that fold and them seeing how he got treated by the United States government and El Presidente, I don't think they're gonna necessarily turn on him like that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that happened. Yeah, me too. Me too, Bridget. That's exactly when I was done with him. Oh my God, you talked about the main reason why I stopped. Because I used to have his book. I'll tell y'all, I used to be a Trump fan, not from politics, but from the real estate money making in the 80s. I'd be doing them kids, had my little briefcase. I had my Lee Iacocca books and my Trump books, my Robin Leach books. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I am for 20 years. I'm blessed to say I haven't had a regular job in 20 years. That's why you're going to love joining my liberal moneymakers. That's coming up this weekend. Here's the thing. I tell people, I'm like, I used to love him until he did that. Until he did that full page ad on the Central Park 5. I was like, oh shit, that was horrible. I said, wait a minute, something ain't right about this. You good point, Mashant. They might have done something to Garcia. They might have. But I think the gangs would protect him. I really do. Because he's a civilian. He wasn't involved in nothing. And I agree too, IG. I think he's worth more alive. No, I didn't have the big money to go to Trump University, Jetta. But I'm glad I didn't, obviously, because look at all the bullshit behind it. What about the rest in El Salvador? What are you talking about, Cherokee? You talking about people incarcerated or not incarcerated? From what Salvadorians are telling me. They're telling me, because I ain't never been there. I don't know nothing about there. But what El Salvadorians have been telling me is that this lockdown has been a good thing for them. Because they said they more afraid of being in America than being here, than being there. He might be still alive, yeah. Wow, Tam, that was deep. I'm gonna leave that one alone, Tam. Yeah, that's messed up, Tammy. It is. But you know what I find empowering? And this is the hopeful side of me. Did y'all see the video of the Iowa senator who was getting torn up by those elderly white people saying, what happened to the guy they shipped out? They wouldn't bring him back. It was hilarious. You didn't upset old white people in red states. That's a good thing. I can't stand the press secretary. I can't even stand the way she speaks. I think they will. If they're held in contempt, they're going to release them. They're held in contempt. They're going to release them. Superpower lover. I feel so bad for Garcia. Yeah, it is rough. I mean, they ripped the man from his car, from his little Kia, with his 5-year-old son. But then I'd say, as a black man, I'm like, oh, really? They do that? Wow, that's never happened to us for the last 160 years. Did they lynch him too? Nope. Thank God they didn't lynch him. Yeah, just shipped him away. Yeah. Wonder where they learned that training. Where could it be? Where did they learn that training? Where could it be? Yeah, that's what I said. X, Creation X. Yeah, she wouldn't be in there if it wasn't for the press secretary, just like KKK Carolyn. Oh, that's a good one. They be coming up with some good names on them. I don't never come up with names. Y'all ever see my man? I've talked to him in private before too. Boomer. He comes in. He calls them Trump fucks. He is hilarious. Feel like 3 months. I know, Tam Tam. It does. I accidentally say 3 months sometimes. Oh man, China. I have so much respect as an entrepreneur for China. Y'all heard about their visa? They got 280 hours visa time. 280. 280 hours. Yeah, Pembody is a blonde wannabe. 280 hours, and they give you 13% cash back. Shit, they better than Chase. They like, and then they like, oh, by the way, all them fashion labels you see. Oh, you want to know where your Versace really come from? You want to know where that $10,000 Hermes bag comes from? You want to know where the real Gucci at? And oh, by the way, all of those bootleggers, we usually prosecute you. You good? Do what you need to do. I know they selling their ass off, boy. As an entrepreneur, boy. Woo! Oh my goodness, excuse me, y'all blowing my nose here. So again, the Trump formula is fight it, take it to the appeals, and take it to the Supreme Court. The score is 3-47, and the context is for them to either manipulate you from thinking about something else that's hurting them, like the economy or signal game, or to try to project power. That's the Trump formula. The people fighting back are the 23 Democratic states, including here in Chicago, in Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, Kwame Raoul, big shout out to them, as well as the other 22 states that are fighting. The ACLU has been fighting his ass off, seriously. They've been preparing for this for the last year, y'all, at least. They've been waiting. Indivisible been organizing so much, the Democratic Congress are sick of them and mobilized because we've been blowing up their phones and everything in Congress. So it's been happening, all that stuff. And somebody asked earlier, they said, well, does protesting matter? Yeah, it does. It depends on what you want protest to be. Black people are protesting differently this time because we pissed. We pissed because a lot of people should have came in there with us on Kamala and they didn't. And now they're catching it. They're catching all sorts of hell. They're being deported. Okay? Yeah, all day. Washington been representing. Quality, seriously. I like that name, Quality Gaming. You're a gamer? We're waiting for our passport. You know what? Here's the other thing. I hadn't talked about that, Radio Twins. I have a passport. It's still got 3 years left on it, but I'm updating it. And I'm telling people, get their passports, especially if you're black or brown, be prepared. The sign is that if they can't hold this man in contempt with these two cases, we're going to have some problems. 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 Yeah, Shin, it is like they forgot about the first term. Short memories. There's a saying by Cicero, Roman philosopher, senator. He said, a person is smart, but people are stupid. I just recently got my passport updated. So did my parents. Fantastic, super. Seriously, we may have to get out of here quicker than a German Jew in 1932, man. Oh, can't afford gas, food. I hear that. It's a struggle. Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Um, Radio Twins, it's not even about, thank you so much for that, though. And it's not even about reporting the facts. It's about reporting the context because everybody's stressed out. And I'm like, don't stress out over this man. Don't stress out over the man. This man ain't the problem. He's going to be out possibly in 365 days. Seriously. Puerto Rico, yeah. But see, here's the thing about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico got to be ready for that smoke. They got to be ready because being independent means you got a lot more shit that's going to hit you that the government is covering. It's not that I'm against it. Hey, whatever you want. I can't read in a country I'm not from or a place I'm not from, but you got to get ready. It's going to take a lot. Thank you, Darren. I look forward to you post every day. I'm so stressed. Cherokee, you're very welcome. Again, everybody, I want to point this out again. And thank you for your likes and support and being here. Listen, let me just give you all the basics. One, don't stress. This man, 365 days may burn himself out. Two, there's 14 states who are suing the Trump administration to remove Elon, whether he leaves or not. Even if he leaves, they still suing, so he can't come back. Three, Trump's in trouble. He's got 2 contempt of courts happening. Now, that's not going to get Trump, but it's going to take down his people and scare the fat shit out of all of them. And yes, they can get arrested, but they could try to ignore it. But of course, Boasberg gonna send federal officers, which brings in another conversation where people say, well, what if the Pam Bondi say don't send the marshals? Pam Bondi don't got control over marshals. The Constitution does. And the thing about federal judges, they can send anybody. FBI, Capitol Police, whoever's a federal, ATF, they can send whoever they want. And those people, like Cash Patel, let's say, or somebody who Cash Patel's over, or somebody else who's part of the MAGA crew, Trump crew, says, oh, I'm going to fire this person because they follow what that judge said. The judge can bring them back. How do we know? How do we know? Because in the last 13 weeks, we brought back everything from God, FBI, CIA, Inspector Generals, every major department, Homeland Security, everybody who got a ruling. And the Trump administration followed along. They did. They're testing this stuff from the last weekend about, I'm not going to listen to the Supreme Court, but it could be their ass. Now, what I'm doing is putting together 2 groups. One, how do you get your money? How do you say, fuck the Trump policies? How do I get paid anyway, regardless of them? So I don't have to be sitting there sweating, worrying about how I make money today. How can I make an extra $1,000, $3,000? How can I make an extra $5,000, $10,000? Is it possible, Darren? Well, I've been teaching people that for the last 20 years. It is possible. I've seen people from every background. Your talent doesn't matter. Your skills doesn't matter. Your knowledge, your experience doesn't matter. Whatever level you're at, you can turn that into some money. It's just a matter of hitting the right people, the right algorithm. You don't have to even spend money on ads. You don't have to be a big fancy guru. You don't have to be the smartest person. What's the catch? Here's the big catch. You got to work for it. You see, I got 40,000 followers here. I started this on January 21st. It was an old channel I had done nothing with. And I got scared as hell when they shut down TikTok. And I said, you know what, fuck this. Let me go hard on YouTube. I went hard on YouTube, and from January 21st to February 27th, I went hard on YouTube. By February 27th, I got monetized. Let me get real with you, because I got receipts to show it. Not only did I get monetized, but I got $3,000 over in the first month between February 27th and the end of March 31st. Right now, I've made over $2,400 in this month. There's a good chance I'm going to make $4,500 to $5,000 in this month on this. Would you like to know how I did that without being a fancy guru, being a fat kid with thick glasses, bald head, 55 years old this year, just talking inside of the camera and just saying what I say? You see my videos. There's no fancy editing. There's no and there's no what do you call it? Faceless videos. By the way, that's a scam. That's a scam because they're targeting faceless videos and bringing them down. If you like to know that, that's where you should be reaching out to me. because DarrenMonroe.com. I'm going to try to have some videos out there, but I don't have anything right now. But I'm going to have some videos out there with a link to it. But if you just go to DarrenMonroe.com and contact me and say, Darren, just put me on the list. At least let me see what you got. Let me go. Let's go. Okay? But the whole idea is understand that. Okay? Creation X, I say that out of full respect to the Jewish community. It's not, when I say like a German Jew in 1932, be out of here quicker, I mean that there were German Jews who literally got out early in time before they started closing off the borders and saying, you're going to die. And when we're getting to that, and I'm talking particularly to black and brown people, and I'm saying to them, listen, if we got to break up out of here, be prepared to break up out of here. I hope we don't. I really don't. But if they're really trying to do this shit, we got to do this shit. All right? But hey, you know, Tam Tam, you too funny. But I want you to understand that when you know the Trump formula, again, playbook, his score, and the context, you should breathe easy. Because you know the playbook. When you hear, oh, Donald Trump's outlawed air, you can breathe easier. You can go, okay, what are they talking about now? Hold on, I'm going to take a drink here. What are they talking about now? Trump's going to outlaw air. You sitting there like, damn. If he outlaws breathing, that doesn't mean people are going to just stop breathing, are they? That's the point. Don't listen to what he's telling you. He's fucking with you. He's fucking with you because he has it. Look at, guys, when you get a chance to, look at that Apprentice movie. It didn't do well in the box office, but psychologically, what we're going through right now, it is brilliant. Because it talks about what made that man 50 years ago, Donald Trump. You should look at it. It's a psychological study on who he is. And his mentor, Ray Cohn, and how he becomes the monster that he is, Trump. He's been playing the federal court systems for years, as well as the political systems, even before he was a politician. And I'm just saying, it's time to know. It ain't about knowing anybody overseas, CC. There are plenty of people who left without knowing overseas. You can find places and be there. And if you're black, there are black groups out there. But honestly, if you're Asian, there are Asian groups. If you're Latino, there are Latin groups. Everybody got their own group in different countries. If you're looking for a sense of community and people, seriously. With all the damn code, I grew up in this, Super. I grew up in this, so, you know, I'm good. The only thing that messed me up is when I lived in the South for a while in New Orleans and Texas, working out there for like 12 years. And I came back and the cold whipped my ass. But I built up my strength again. I've been back for the last 9 years. So I'm good. But I'm right by the lake and the river. Like literally, you see this picture? I can't see it from this video. But the lake is this way, literally a block. And the river, if I was at my place, you could see the river, the Chicago River. You can see the code. I want you to understand. Yeah, he did say that. He could unalive somebody and get away with it. That's how he feels. I want you to understand. When you know his template, don't panic. When you know his template, you won't be freaked out. We're going to get more information every week that's going to be shocking. Oh, Trump just outlawed seeing through your eyes. Did you hear that? Trump outlawed. He made a law against seeing through your eyes. You can't even see through your eyes. You have to be seeing like, you have to be like this. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe. Don't believe this fool. The best song right now of the year is the classic, Don't Believe the Hype. Watch what happens and who fights him. That's the biggest thing you got to look out for. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. Good question, Cherokee. How would they survive? I think that's the biggest thing that's pushing the MAGA people up against them. They're like, wait a minute, you can rate up our benefits? And we told them, we were telling you this last year. You called me. I can't tell you how many lies I got called, how many N words I got called, how many people cussed me out and threatened me. Seriously. Yeah, update your passport, ADJ. But here's the thing. What I believe in is not, let me tell you what I don't believe in. Congress. Congress is full of shit on both sides. I've seen them vote for shit that don't make sense, and I'm not a believer in the Congress. That's why you don't hear me talking much about them, because they should have, the time they should have stood up should have been a long time ago. When Chuck Schumer voted against that bill, they should have stood up. They should have stood up. When they should have said something, and they didn't even challenge him. They didn't even challenge Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. He's a nice guy, but we don't need nice guys. He's bringing gloves to a gunfight. We need a gangster. We need little bitty Crockett. We need AOC. We need somebody gonna go in there and whip your mama. And not we shall overcome, but we shall whip your mama and when we get a hold of it. That's who we need. We need gangsters. We need gangsters. All right? And I know for those of you who are, whether it be Wiccan or whether it be prayers or whether it be tarot cards or whatever, listen, all respects to you, but pray and move. Pray and move. And what I mean by move is do what you can, which is reach out to your Congress on a weekly basis. If you got to reach out to Supreme Court or courts, do that. Or the governors, the 23 governors and AGs. After that, you've done all that you could have and should have, other than maybe go out and protest. Other than that, chill out. Do not make this a big deal for yourself. Do not stress yourself out. It's going to play out, and we're winning. We're winning. I'll say that again. I'm going to close it like this. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. Pray and move. We're winning. That's what my group's going to talk about, 300 group. Pray and move. We're winning. You can be spiritual, but pray and move. And whatever your spiritual is, pray and move. Pray and move. There are things that happen all day, Derek, that doesn't feel like it. There are things that happen in your life that you went through hell and you came out of, and you sat there and said, man, it didn't feel like that was happening, but it didn't feel like I was going to get this far, but it did. Pray and move. Don't worry about what it feels like. Talk about what it is like. That's why you here with me, right? Pray and move. Just move. And if you're not the prayerful kind, just think and move. I appeal to the intellect of people. I say, listen, this ain't about being optimistic. I know my grandmother for many years in her life, may she rest in peace, the daughter of 2 ordained ministers. Yes, my great-grandfather and great-grandmother were ordained ministers, y'all. And sure enough, she kept telling me all my life I should be a minister. I'm not minister type. I raise hell. If anything, I'm the minister of money. I'm going to teach you how to get some money. I'm minister of money. But here's the thing. They say, oh, I can tell you about hope. I can give you, and I'll talk about that in the 300 group too. I can give you hope. I can give you all of that. But I want you to understand, I want to bring practical stuff to you, not just optimism. I want to bring facts. What's the facts? He's only won 3 out of 50 cases. He's 3 and 47, y'all. What's the facts? Even though he's stepping all over Supreme Court saying I ain't going to follow it, there are 700 federal judges in the lower courts, and they ain't fucking around. Boasberg is one of them. Just one of 700. That other judge coming at them is just one of 700. The judges ain't fucking around. And they can get court orders. They can do everything. They can get court orders. They can subpoena. They can put warrants out. They can. Do you know these motherfuckers can deputize their own group of federal police, go after them, a special task force unit? Somebody must have told them this. They must have told them this. These are not the ones to mess with. These are not the ones to mess with it. Hey, CT Temptation, thank you, man. Say I'm hustling now. Yeah, every day I'm hustling. For real. I'm telling you. This person is not only can he not win, but understand this. The biggest thing you got to grab out of this guy is that he's been smoking mirrors for 50 plus years. Look at that Apprentice movie. You will laugh. He grew into this power thing, this megalomaniac. But fuck him. Here's the other thing to understand. There are 4 quadrants in your life. Priority, non-priority. What you control, what you don't. Let me give you an example. My priority is my life and my loved ones and my business. That's a priority. What do I control? My life and my business. Me making money and me being able to do what I'm doing. I don't leave that in the hands of other people. Like I said, I haven't had a job in 20 years. I work for me. You want to do that? Reach out at DarrenMonroe.com. Contact me. Other than that, look for something this weekend. I'm telling you how to join it. Liberal Moneymakers. Here's the lower things. Low priority and things you don't control. We don't control Congress and Supreme Court and all of these things, but we can email, we can influence them, and I strongly suggest you do. Like I said, I'm in touch with Congress every single fucking week. But I'm not going to depend on them. I ain't dependent on them. But I know what does work. I know what has shown up in the last 13 weeks. The federal courts, the judicial branch, the ACLU and nonprofit suing, and the real Democrats, the 23 governors and AGs, including here in Chicago and Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, a real billionaire worth 2-3 times Trump's money. His family started Hyatt, okay? And Kwame Raoul, our AG, along with Letitia James and Tang, I believe it's Tonga Tang from Connecticut, and all the other AGs. Big up to them. But I want you to understand, they're fighting that battle. We can only support them via email, protest letters, maybe show up at the office. Other than that, fuck it. We need to stand back and stop sweating over every damn thing. Seriously. Thank you, Quality. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, everybody, I'm going to end it like this. Calm down, then calm down. Thank you for being on my first live. I've been on here for officially just over 2 hours. Good. I was trying to last a minute because I was running late. Thank you for that. Hanging in there. Here's the other thing I want y'all to understand. It's very important. It's important. We're in America. Get as much motherfucking money as you can. Don't think the minimum. Think the maximum. You're more valuable than you think. I've helped people who went from nothing to doing $10, $20, $100,000 a month pulling money. You can do this too. What's the catch? It takes some work, but it ain't real work like a fucking job. Retail's real work. Construction's real work. You know what I'm saying? That's real work. Food service. God bless them. You ever worked food service? That's some real work. Thank you for the congrats. Thank you, Radio Twins. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy, for your support. 4 hours from Chicago. Love the pizza. Hey, I still got a slice of Gino's East up in there. I'm getting down on the food now. You were the first live stream creation. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, Darren. But Kamala, I'll say that again, Creation X. Kamala did a hell of a job. Thank you, Electrical Storm. Thank you. And thank you all for the positive information. All right? If you ever watch Keith Lee, Tam, he ranked Chicago number 2 right behind New Orleans. New Orleans do have the best food in America. I'm sorry, they do. They give you these trucker-sized portions. You cannot run a restaurant if your food ain't good in New Orleans. It's over. Thank you, but this isn't rental. This is a model because my apartment unfortunately got flooded out because of a big pipe break and everything. But I'm here. I'm in a model, and I'm blessed to have it. Big shout out to Alex and Sean, man. They helped me get that. I really appreciate it. But those are the building managers. But yeah, what I'm saying to all of you is stay strong, stay prayerful. If you want to join one of my 2 groups, let me know, or both. The first group is, again, 300. 300 is where I go into depth talking about, I'm going to even do charts and graphs. Oh, shit, charts and graphs. Why I think Trump's going to fail. I'm going to have infographics, charts, and graphs. I'm going to have audios that are, if you like the sound of my cool, cuddly black man voice. I'm going to have an audio series talking about calm down, then calm down, where I'm like, listen, don't you let this man freeze you up. Don't you let this man get you upset. Calm down, focus, relax. There are people coming for him who are way more trained than we are. And I ain't lying, they really are. He fucking with the wrong ones. He's walking up a tree, guys. His ass is about to feel it. And I'm going to do that. It's called 300. It's a group called 300. And I'm going to invite only 300 people in. We're going to talk. And if you got things like who should join 300, people who are worried about their benefits. I'll keep it simple. People who are genuinely worried. They're not just asking questions. They're like, listen, motherfucker, I need help. Now, keep in mind, I got 40,000 followers here. I did not buy these followers. These are real followers. I got 30,000 followers or plus on Instagram, and I got 8 TikTok accounts with over 500,000 followers. So 300 is going to fill up soon. When I put that out there, I put that out there. But if you email me at DarrenMonroe.com, you can get on that list early. You'll be the first ones to get an email, get an invite. You can unsubscribe at any time. It's only $9.95 or 99 cents, per month. Think about it, $10 for your well-being, it's worth it. After that, I got a waiting list. I'm putting a waiting list on. I type horribly too, creation. Don't worry about it. I type horribly too. Then there's the second group, liberal money makers. If you're trying to make some extra money, the idea that you can make an extra 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 online just by creating what you know from your knowledge, skills, talent, experience, and opening up and talking like this, like I'm doing, and like with my videos. Imagine selling a $7 video. I was going to show you how to make a $7 video people will gladly buy, pay you money for every day. Imagine selling 15 of those. That's $100 a day, $3,000 a month. Anybody want an extra $3,000 a month? What's the catch? What's the catch, Darren? You got to work. And what does work mean? That means you got to post like crazy. You got to make content like crazy. You know how I got to doing 5,000? I did 5,000 between January 21st and right now on YouTube. I've done $5,000 on their ad creator reward program. I'll share that with you. I even got proof. I got proof. Because I'll go in, I'll show you in the video. I'll have a proof video showing you in the back end how much money I'm earning. And what I did is from January 21st to February 27th, I was posting like crazy. I posted like 300 videos of me just talking. You can look at it on the back end of my YouTube. That's all I'm doing, talking about what I know and what I'm passionate about. Then what I did so well at that, I started targeting certain videos that were doing well. And I showed my clients how to do it, the whole nine. Then what I did is I got monetized at the end of February. And between February 27th and March, 31st? I did over $3,000. So far this month in April, I've done over $2,400. I'll show you proof, no problem. You can do that too. On TikTok, oh my God. Since January, I've been making thousands. Now, they've gotten weird with their algorithm now, and they may get shut down by China, so I ain't dependent on them, but I'm going to show you how I did it. Show you how I did it. And you don't need, by the way, you don't need tens of thousands to make money. There are people who got a couple of hundred people, 200 people, and pull an extra $1,500 a month. I'm going to show you how to do it. You can do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let these people lie to you, say, oh, you just got to wait. Seriously. Thank you for the love on the content, Antonio. I appreciate it. But really, the idea is that you can do that too. So you can make your money and you can be calm about Trump. You can be calm. Just calm it down. Don't be upset. Be focused. I love y'all. Thank y'all for waiting. I know I was running late, and I want to thank you for being on here for my first live. I'll be following up more about those two groups, Liberal Money Makers and the 300 group, to join. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.